going on? What's the topic of the day? Well,
Girl,
first of all, how you been this morning? You've been. First of all, how's mom?
she's doing good. She's
Okay,
uh she's busy in her brain right now,
right, right.
which is good. You want to keep them thinking.
Good one. Are they really thinking, or is the brain thinking?
Yeah. But the topic I was thinking is about us, our lives as teenage mothers.
Okay, yes, folks, we were teenage moms.
Yeah.
So
Like my daughter is 32 and
my son will be 33 in 6 days.
in 6 days, and I am 48, and Lily is 25.
Mm, I was gonna say, don't you even. Oh, you guys will probably figure it out, but
Okay.
no advertisement over here.
So, as teenage mothers, I think we did a good job. I think our kids turned out to be pretty fantastic kids, and uh, they didn't they and as a teenage mother, I think back in the day they used to always say, if you have a baby as a teenager, then so will your children. And you know
Right.
what? That didn't happen.
No, it did not.
Matter of fact, my daughter is still waiting to have a baby. She doesn't want to have a baby yet.
Right.
So, you
And
know,
my son had his first baby. Well, ooh, I done added more babies.
okay.
Only baby.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna say 6 years ago because he's six.
Oh Lord, you and birthdays.
That's how I do it. You ask me how old he is. He was born in 1986.
Yeah. So the baby is 6 years old.
Right.
So I mean, he had him in his 20s.
Late 20s.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, they didn't have him at 15 and 16 years old.
No, no.
And we had our children at 16. But I
Don't be
was
trying to tell on me.
but I was pregnant while I was 15.
Yes.
I didn't have Dre until after my birthday. My birthday's in November, and Dre's birthday is in December.
And which is kind of awesome, but
Yeah.
what was crazy about my pregnancy is the fact that I didn't know I was until I was 5 months. Well,
Yeah.
it's too late to do anything,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
exception of if you're gonna do adoption, and that wasn't even a question, you
Yeah.
know. So,
Yeah.
uh,
And then I remember working 3 jobs at one point in my life. And I was in before I was 21. Before I was 21, I had 3 jobs.
wow, what'd you
Yeah.
do?
They were when I worked at the 3 different bars.
Oh,
So I had
wow.
the morning, the afternoon, and the night. 3 different jobs, 3 different bars, and 7 days a week.
I did 2 jobs quite a few times, So, for us folks, we weren't raised, on that notion, to get on the county. Don't get me wrong, been on the county, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
uh, but we weren't raised on that notion that you have to live out the county, when you
No.
have kids. So, that's
No.
why we always said we wanted to work. Because I don't know if I told you when I came out here and lived with dad, my dad old school, so he was like, I want you to go back to school because I didn't finish school. I was in the middle of 10th grade when I had Regis. And he said, I want you to go back to school and get on the county. No. I'm not getting on the county.
No.
Oh, I want to work, you
Mm.
know. So I want to find me a job. And he tried to make me do it, and I couldn't do it. So I ended up getting me a job. It was a rinky dinky job, because I was so young, and I couldn't afford no babysitter,
Mm-mm.
So I had to do a job where I could have my child with me, So I started. I don't know if I told you, I used to sew dolls together.
No.
Remember? Oh well, of course you remember. But Bernard's wife, which is our brother, his wife used to sew dolls.
Oh wow, Sonia.
Yeah, so she got me a job working with her, and that was fun. You know,
Wow.
I didn't make a lot of money, but hey, it was something. You know,
Yeah.
after a while, folks, it got a little hard, so I ended up getting on the county. But mind you, when I was on the county, I only stayed on there for 5 months. So by then, I had got me a job at Transamerica, my
Right.
corporate job. So
And
that,
for those who don't know what the county is welfare.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, I was 18 when I learned about welfare.
Mm.
I think you were about the same age. uh,
It
I
was
know,
either 17 or 18. I can't remember.
yeah, because our cousin took me down to go get the county because I had,
Same cousin, folks.
yeah,
She was
same
here too.
cousin. They were like, we'll be right back. Oh wow, I'm so sorry about that, folks. The doorbell was ringing and the dogs were barking.
It happens.
Yeah. But what I was talking about was my cousin had taken me down to the welfare department and helped me get on Medicaid, food stamps, and a paycheck, not a paycheck, but a check. And that that month I had lost my job. I had no idea where the next money was going to come from to pay my rent. And so when she took me down there and they were telling me, "Oh, we'll help you pay your rent. We'll give you some food. We'll give you um, some medical." I was so blessed, because the scariest thing as a single mother is not being able to pay your bills.
Right.
And then a single mother who didn't graduate high school, who was by yourself. Period. Nobody was there to help you. No boyfriends, no stuff like that. So it was a blessing that she was able to help me do that. And then I was on it for a few months, and then got another job somewhere else. But the one thing I want you guys to know is our mother instilled in us to work. We didn't know nothing else. Welfare was not an option.
Right.
And
Right.
even to this day, welfare is not an option. It's not something you want to be on, if you can prevent it. And it's only there for emergencies. At least that's what I always thought it was just
Me
for
too.
emergencies. But I know there's people out there who've been on it for, ever,
Mm.
ever, and you don't know another person's circumstances, so I'm not going to go off on why somebody is on there forever. We don't know their circumstances, but
Right.
it's to me, it's just always something you use in an emergency.
Right.
And at that time, that was my emergency.
Right.
But
And for those who didn't understand what my sister was saying, she said Medicaid, but that's when you disabled or elderly. It was actually Medi-Cal, and she's right. We had to get on that, because I had to do it. That's basically why I got on it, because I needed medical benefits for my kids. I couldn't afford those hospital visits, or doctor's visits or whatever. So I had to have something for my child.
yeah, yeah, and you're right. In California, it's called Medi-Cal. It's called Medicaid everywhere else. I don't know why. Why is it different?
I don't know because they have Medicaid out here, but for us, as far as welfare goes, it's always been Medi-Cal, unless you're disabled or elderly and you get on Medicaid. So I have no idea, girl. But,
No,
each state is different.
it is. In that, I just think it's so weird because I know the elderly and that they qualify for Medicare, and the disabled also qualify for Medicare after they've been on disability for 1 year. Then they get Medicare. Uh, but one of the things that I was really proud of us for is that we both ended up getting our degrees, even though, we had to drop out of school and raise children and move from here to there. And
Girl, because I always said that. I even told Regis he was just a baby. He don't remember. He just And my son, he was a preemie, so he fit in one little hand. So, but I used to always promise him, "Don't worry, your mom is gonna get her degree." You know
yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
know. Right?
I mean, mom went to college. Maybe that's why. You know.
Yeah, I think it was just important to us. That's all.
Yeah.
Not everybody thinks education is important to them. They think because they already have a really great job, and paying them really well, and so
Right.
they feel like they need to go and get further education.
Right.
Um, and so I can't blame them for that. They're making good money and they're doing good for themselves, you know. And not everybody is up to going to school. Nobody wants to go and sit in a classroom full of younger people than them, you know.
Education rules the nation. You better go back.
Yeah, I'm glad I did go back, and
Me,
I'm proud of us for
yeah,
doing what we always said we wanted to do.
me too, Drea. Me too. You know. And for those folks that see my little foil right here, my sister said it's because I mean it looks like I'm drinking alcohol. No, I'm not. It's hot in this mother hubba. So I put foil around my soda so that it's not hot. It stays cool for a longer time. So
Yeah, you need a soda cozy.
yeah,
That's
I know. I know I do. I was just thinking about that. Do they got them at the Dollar Tree? Yep, we do Dollar Tree.
yeah,
Anyway, they got them at the Dollar Tree.
they sure do. They sure do.
I'm gonna have to go there.
I, I'll tell you a quick story. My very first apartment as a single mom. You remember this, Lily? Uh, it was you walk into the kitchen, then you stepped in through the doorway into the living room, and then you stepped one more step, and you were in the bathroom, and that's what I had. That's exactly what my apartment was. It was shaped like a little L, and you step here, you step there. That was it.
It must run in the family because Kay had one of those Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Kay had one of those apartments too. You know where, dang, Kay. You could put one foot over here, and you in the kitchen. You could put one foot over here. You in the bathroom. You could put one foot over here. You in the living room. You could put one foot over here. You in the bedroom.
Yeah,
So she had one of those apartments too.
yeah. It didn't even have a bedroom. It just had the kitchen, then a room, then a bathroom. That was all I had.
But you know what, Dre? You had a nice apartment, and believe it or not, folks, it wasn't it like two, three
200
hundred
a month.
dollars.
Yeah, 200 a month.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would be nice. It was her own spot. She had her own little parking spot. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh,
yeah,
bomb apartment right
yeah.
there.
It was perfect for me and Dre. It really was, because Dre
Yeah,
was just a little itty bitty baby, you know.
right,
So,
right.
and That was perfect for us, and we upgraded. Shoot, we moved down the street, and then I had a 2 bedroom apartment. I mean, a house. It was a two
Right.
bedroom house, and
Right.
that was 400 a month.
Right. 400. Can y'all imagine if you had a $400 a month? Now, mind you, when she's talking about these apartments or houses, we're in California.
Yeah.
Mm, They ain't going for that price right now.
No, you know they up there now.
Yeah.
They up there
And just
now.
rent a room is like $700, $800.
A month. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But I thought you guys would get a kick out of my first apartment.
I loved it, Dre. You were in a nice neighborhood,
Yeah.
a beautiful neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah, it really was a really nice neighborhood, and we had really nice neighbors. It was we we picked them right spots.
Yeah, you did.
Spots. I didn't live in no, they think a teenage mom is gonna be living in the ghetto and not, having anything nice. Come on now. We
Right.
did our job, and we did our job right.
And we not knocking that. There are some moms that have done that, but at the same time, they still make it look luxurious. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, yeah, and not all teenage moms are the same.
yeah,
So
right.
that's cool. Well, folks, we are so glad you came to visit us today.
It's already over?
It's already over.
Oh, no. I had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
Well, finish it then. Go for it.
Girl, we could talk about Atari, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. We could talk about Meals on Wheels for the elderly. We could talk about coloring books, snowstorms, car accidents.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, I got one for your snowstorm. Okay, you ready?
At least we could start with that at the end right now and then run it into our next show. So, folks, be ready for the next snowstorm story.
Okay, so this is my snowstorm story. We were in Missouri, and I had a little mobile home with a nice big porch on it. It was like a little wraparound porch,
Okay.
and the snow was just coming down and coming down and coming down, and you just didn't know when it was going to stop. It went on for days, and you couldn't even get out your out to the street. You know, finally one morning it stopped snowing, and I went to go open the door. There was this wall of snow from the top of the door all the way down, and just a wall of snow, all hard packed. And then I could see out the window, so I opened the window and I'm crawling out the window. This is where it's so. Never do this at home, folks. Do not do this. I crawled out the window and fell straight down into the snow.
Oh my God. Was it a softball?
Yeah, but the problem was, you think you could walk on top of it because the door part was hard packed. I was putting my fist up against it, but when I went to the window, it was all soft. So I went straight down to the deck. And I was like, oh my God, that was horrible. But I got up and I started shoveling all the snow off, and oh man, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Uncle Danny, he used to shovel the snow when we moved out there to Missouri. But I will tell you this, girl, and then, folks, this will probably be the end. I went to Canada, because, again, I'm a truck driver. So I had to deliver a load to Canada. 35 below.
Oh no.
Anyway, 35 below. Woke up because we had to shut down. Woke up the next morning. The snow was all the way up to almost the top of where the door is. So if you know what a big rig looks like, Just think
Oh,
about their big wheels and then
right.
their big doors. And then when I say almost to the top of the door, couldn't get out.
Oh
It
no.
took us a minute to get out. Now, if you're a truck driver, make sure you got a little shovel to
Yeah. On the
dig
inside.
your way out.
Yeah. Dig out
Yeah.
instead of digging in. Wow. That's
Oh, that was
crazy.
crazy. And it was cold that night. Oh my gosh, it was cold.
I don't even know what the temperature was in Missouri, but I don't know. It's cold.
Yeah.
Okay, well now, thank you guys so much for watching our videos. If you like us, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a great one. Bye.
Peace. Love y'all.